Hello everyone, I Dr. Mohit Mangla welcome you all on our YouTube channel Soma's Evolution Classes. In this video, I will be explaining about the history of pharmacognosy. But before that, we need to know what the pharmacognosy is. The term pharmacognosy was first coined by John Adam Smith in his handwritten manuscript L'Herbal der Materia Medica, which was posthumously published in Vienna in 1811. Shortly after the above publication, the term pharmacognosy appears again in 1815 by German scientist C.S. Sidler in his work entitled Analecta Pharmacognostica. But the word pharmacognosy is derived from two Greek words, pharmakon and gignosko. The word pharmakon means drug, while gignosko means to acquire knowledge of. Therefore, pharmacognosy is defined as a branch of science in which we study about medicinal and related products of crude or primary type obtained from plant, animals, mineral origin, or in any other form obtained from nature. It also encompasses the knowledge of history, distribution, cultivation, collection, storage, physical, chemical and structural characters and uses of crude drugs. Some scientists also describe it as the scientific study of structural, physical, chemical and biological characters of medicinal and related products of natural origin along with their history, cultivation, collection, preparation for the market and preservation. The history of the pharmacognosy has been divided into various categories, that is, early man, manuscripts, authors of antiquity, traditional system of medicines, isolation of pure compounds, development in botany and development in quality control. This sequence will help you to understand the historical advancement in the field of pharmacognosy starting from the prehistoric times. Now we will discuss them one by one. The first is early man. The remedy from pain and disease had always forced humans to develop diverse ways, including the uses of medicinal products in miscellaneous ways. The early man explored his immediate natural surroundings and tried many things like plant, animals and minerals in order to develop a variety of therapeutic agents. The oldest known manuscripts containing the information regarding the medicinal agents used for the treatment of various disorders found across the world are being treated as the milestone in the development of medical sciences. But the medicines were made by crude drugs obtained from plant, animal or mineral origin. Hence, these documents are also recommended as the historical evidences in the history of pharmacognosy. Let's explore about some of the oldest known literatures across the world dealing with medicinal plants. In Indian subcontinent, among the four Vedas, Rig Veda and ATHARVA Veda are found to contain knowledge of medicinal plants. As a major traditional system of medicine, Ayurveda is considered as the Upveda or applied knowledge of Vedas. Around 12th or 13th century, the Bakhtiyar Khilji destroyed the Nalanda University by killing all the teachers and scholars as well as burning the books. The original literature of Ayurveda must have been vanished due to this devastation, but still, Indian government had tried to evolve the Ayurveda by compiling the remaining literature found. Some well-known literatures of Ayurveda are Charak Samhita and Shruta Samhita. The Charak Samhita describes the prevention and treatment of diseases, while Sushruta Samhita is considered as the unique encyclopedia of surgery. These literatures are found to be scripted on palm tree leaves. Ebers Papyrus is considered as the oldest and most important medical document of ancient Egypt, comprising herbal knowledge dating back to 1500 BC, but it is believed to have been copied from earlier texts, perhaps dating as far as back as 3400 BC. The sources of Eber Papyrus is said to have been found between the legs of a mummy in the El Asif district of Egypt. It is a 110-page scroll which is about 20 meters long, containing approximately 700 magical formulas and folk remedies. The Eber Papyrus was purchased in 1872 by the German Egyptologist and novelist George Ebers, after whom it is named. While papyrus is known as a material similar to a thick paper which is used in ancient times for writing the surface. It is made from the leaves of papyrus plant, that is Cyprus papyrus. It can be joined side by side and rolled up into a scroll and made a book. Pen Ts'ao It is a textbook on Chinese herbs written by the Emperor Shen Nung around 2800 BC, which lists 366 herbs and 1000 herbal formulations. It includes the various species of roots, grass, woods, furs, animals, and stones. It is believed to be a compilation of oral traditions. The next level is authors of antiquity. In this, we will learn about those individuals who work in a diverse way for the development of natural medicinal agents. The first is Hippocrates Asclepiades. He is also known as the father of medicine. He was a Greek physician who worked on the concept that body must be treated as a whole and not just a series of parts. He was being able to develop the cure for a variety of diseases, which was believed to be produced due to magic or curse of God. In modern world, his oath is still considered as the earliest expression of medical ethics. The next is Aristotle, who was a Greek philosopher, a student of Plato and teacher of Alexander. He performed original research in the natural sciences like botany, zoology, physics, astronomy, chemistry, and several other sciences. With his work, he was able to prove that the plants are living organisms. Now, the Theophrastus. He is also considered as father of botany. He was a student of Aristotle's. He wrote a series of books on botany, that is, the history of plants. His observations and writings dealing with medical qualities and peculiarities of the herb are usually accurate even in the light of present knowledge. The next is Pavlos Daschorites. He accompanied the Roman army as physician. His military year provided opportunities for studying diseases, collection and identifying medicinal plants, and discovering other healing materials. Daschorites compiled his medical treatise at the suggestion of a fellow physician, Arius, and became an author of De Materia Medica, which is considered as a Greek encyclopedia about herbal medicines and related medicinal substances. Due to his work, he is also considered as the father of pharmacognosy. Claudius Galenus. He was a Roman Greek who was born in Greece but later went to Rome. He practiced and taught both pharmacy and medicine in Rome. Being a good physician, he developed novel methods of preparing and compounding medicines. Later, these type of formulations are recommended as Galenic formulations or Galenicals. Today, Galenicals serve as a major part of pharmaceutical formulations. Ibn Sina. He was also known as Avicina in the Western world. He was a Persian physician. During Islamic Golden Age, significant texts were converted into Arabic language. His book, named as the Canon of Medicine, became the most famous book in the history of medicine. It presents a clear and organized summary of all the medical knowledge of that time with a long list of drugs and other substances used for treatment of different illness. Philippius von Honemann, commonly known as Paracelsus. He was a Swiss physician. He developed the concept of using mineral salts like zinc for the treatment of diseases. Paracelsus also believed that diseases tend to localize in a particular organ or target organ. His work on dose response and toxic effects over a particular organ was greatly recognized. Hence, he was also regarded as the father of toxicology. Nicolas Lemaitre. She was a French chemist. Her basic work was on acid and bases. She was first to classify chemical materials according to their origins as mineral, animal and vegetable. While working on extraction methods, she was able to prove that the alcohol could be used as an ideal solvent for extraction. If we look towards the map of the world, the various traditional systems of medicine are mentioned, but these systems could be divided into two major categories. One is the folk stream, that is local health traditions, which is prevalent at villages and tribal setups. The second level is scientific or classic system. This system is organized and expressed in written manuscript. The scripting of the medicinal agent used by a local health practitioner into local language, improvisation in experimentation and technique helps in the evolution and strengthening of traditional systems across the world. At present, India is also working for the upliftment of some traditional systems of medicine. These are Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy, Yoga and Naturopathy. In short, we called it as Ayush. After 1800, due to advancement in science and technology, the scientists are able to work at molecular level. The pure compounds were isolated from various plants. The first compound to be isolated in pure form was morphine. It was isolated by Sir Turner in 1806. Subsequently, Pelletier isolated strychnine in 1870, Caventou isolated brucine in 1820, Posset and Raymond isolated nicotine, Giger and Hesse isolated atropine, and so on. At present, thousands of pure compounds have been isolated from the plants. These pure compounds are also called as phytoconstituents. In the development of field of botany, which is closely related to the pharmacognosy, the Swedish scientist Carolus Lillenius classified the plants and introduced the binomial system of plants. This plant classification was further developed by Bentham and Hooker. In 1865, Birch compiled a book named as Anatomical Atlas of Crude Drugs, while in 1904, Greenish and Collin compiled an atlas of powdered crude drugs. Both these books worked as a foundation for the development of quality control in pharmacognosy. In the 19th century, the chemical structures of many isolated compounds were determined using sophisticated instruments. That was all about the history of pharmacognosy, but at the last I would like to conclude that basic literatures of herbal drugs along with usage of modern technology and information of traditional use, we can select the drug for the isolation of active molecules. After the experimentation and validation of the isolated molecules, we can establish them as new phytopharmaceuticals for the treatment of various disorders like Taxol and vincristine are developed as anti-cancer, quinine as anti-malarial, and morphine as hallucinogen, and so on. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe our channel Soma's Evolution Classes, and for more interesting videos, stay tuned with our channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.